Hi everyone, Dan here. Welcome to the Franklin Permaculture Garden. It's a beautiful summer day, and I'm standing here surrounded by one of my absolute favorite plants to grow. Garlic, of course. It's just such a wonderful plant. I want to talk a little bit about what we do to make sure that we have a fantastic garlic crop. And really, garlic is one of our most reliable, best producers. You can see these are extremely healthy plants. They are about 1 month away from harvest, so they're still quite young. So we're not going to be pulling them up quite yet, but I want to talk about how we got them to this point. And then hopefully later on we'll have another video of us harvesting them. So we planted this garlic right around Halloween of last year. So end of October, really the time to plant garlic is in mid to late fall before the ground is truly frozen. Usually for us, we try not to get in too early. October is the earliest, November is great, even early December. But October, November is ideal. And what we do is we clear the ground, we make sure it has really decompacted soil, so we'll go through and fork it a little bit. We add a lot of organic matter, usually in the form of compost, because garlic loves rich, highly fertile soils, so add a lot of compost. And then we take our individual cloves, which we've been saving now for many years, and we'll stick them in about 3 inches deep, and we'll put them in roughly every 6 inches or so, okay? So you can really get a lot of garlic in a small area, so great plant for small gardens. And it's one of the first plants that will then come up in the springtime. Usually these will start to emerge by late March or so. So really, really early on, they'll poke up. And actually, I forgot to mention, really important, when you plant your garlic, we always put a heavy, heavy mulch down of either straw or hay, whatever you have. Shredded leaves work fantastically as well. But what that does is it both keeps the moisture in and it keeps weeds down, but very importantly also, it makes the soil really nice and cool, keeps the steady temperature. So it's been really, really easy to grow this crop. We have had to weed one time this entire spring and summer thus far. It was really, really easy. Otherwise, we haven't watered them. We haven't given them additional fertility, nothing at all. It's been one of our easiest crops to grow. So at this point, these plants have already started to really bulb out. I want to talk about one way that we encourage their bulbs, which is by picking the garlic scapes. Unfortunately, I don't have a great example here. We've already picked all of our garlic scapes, but usually in early to mid-June, your garlic will start to produce what's called a scape, which will come right in the middle of the plant, and it'll have a little flower head at the end, and that's how the plant would try to reproduce itself. So once you start to see it coming out, you want to go ahead and pick it just by snapping it right down to the base. These, by the way, are fantastic on their own right. It's a great food. Tastes just like garlic, a little more mild than a bulb, and I think makes one of the best pestos in the world. Throw this into a blender or food processor with some Parmesan cheese, some olive oil, some seeds or nuts, and some salt, and you have yourself the best pasta dressing in the world, I guarantee you. So give it a try. In about a month's time, again, late July, when about half the plant is brown, that's when we're going to start to harvest this plant. And you really want to look at the plant, not just the time of year. Half of the plant should be browning down, and that's when you know your plants are ready. At that point, you generally want to cure them. We'll talk about that in a later video. Good luck.